Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing Jujutsu Kaisen episode 13. The last episode was probably my favorite episode so far because for the last 4 or 5 episodes, it's been making Junpei into kind of grooming him into going into 2 paths. The 2 paths I thought he was going to take was either he was going to be redeemed and then join the school, become one of the good guys, and then he'd be one of the main characters of the group. That's what that was kind of like a typical path I would think it would go. But as we saw with this show, it doesn't seem to go the typical route. The second path was he would become like he seemed to start becoming in episode 11 and 12 the bad guy, grooming into a bad guy, maybe an antagonist later on, somebody that gets stronger and worse and becomes kind of a rival to the main character. That didn't play out either. It went the not treaded much third route of making us emotionally invested in this character regardless of what way they go, and then ripping it from us completely and it was just so well done and making him useless. Not killing him off, but killing him off at the same time to us, because now it's like, I don't know, it was just, they made us so emotionally invested. It was done perfect. It was done perfect. I wouldn't have felt like that without all the stuff they've done in the last 4 or so episodes with him. It wouldn't have felt as much as I did. So you got to appreciate that, really. Even though it's horrifying, you have to appreciate the buildup. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out my Patreon if you want to watch this episode or anything else I do uncut and early. Definitely check it out, patreon.com/ajrich123. And let's go ahead and start. God, that's so sad. There's so much potential. Always lecturing. Well, we found that out last episode why. Because if he can do this to Junpei, he could do this to other people. I guess a 2v1 is their best shot. It's like he became his own spike trap. What the fuck? Now they're gonna make it a kids anime. That is just disturbingly creepy. Oh, keep some inside him. Oh, those looked like from the end of last episode. Those little ones. That's insanely creepy. Oh my god. Those little ones look like the very end scene where it's nice and fun and they were playing like on the playground. Is that the same? Was he hiding those little, are they little kids like hiding inside his body? What the fuck? That is just, okay. Aren't those endings supposed to be nice and fun and comic relief to the show? That is disgusting. So you're pretty much fighting kids. Oh god. Oh god. Don't let him touch you. It's because he's smart and he's using both their strengths against him. I don't remember the last time I've wanted someone beat up this bad. Jesus. What the fuck? Does he have something hidden? The thing we saw the other guy do. The volcano guy. A spider web? Is that his domain of hands? Like essentially a hands playground? Oh no, he only got He didn't get Itadori. No. The way this show goes, I have a very bad feeling. Which is so easy to do in the domain he's in now. Everything's a fucking hand. Touchy, touchy, gropey, gropey. What? Oh no. Whenever they're showing the backstory, oh god, I'm hoping they go against the norm here on this sense. But they show the backstory. Is that the death flag? I don't like this. Working a normal job. Why so serious? Oh yay! Your typical call center type scams. Yeah! Pyramid schemes? I know it's more than that, but that's so probably relatable. That's how I look every day, even when I sleep 10 hours. I call it the Pete Davidson look. He says it's so serious, it comes off like that. This is gonna be weird. Huh. In this world, you could be having shoulder pain and instead there's a fucking curse on your shoulder. Get her number. Get her number. She's begging for it. They really make these characters likable. Serious to the end here. This is bad. Oh, he can break the fucking domain. Holy hell. So anybody can do it once they're trapped. Oh. Oh, oh, oh! His touch is ultimate. God, fucking damn. He can do that from the inside. This show always doing the unexpected. I mean, they set up Nanami to definitely get the touch in there for sure. Showing him his backstory, it was just, I know. Like, I don't like to think about the normal anime tropes. I get it. But anyone would think that's raise the goddamn death flag when that happens. But this show is going against the grain so much. I love it. I like to be surprised. So if we go a different path, regardless of how dark it goes, fucking give me more. Let's do it. He did warn him once. Oh, it's not over. Oh God, he's pulling a cell. Oh Jesus. Don't tell me this is some type of explosion type thing. Oh God. Oh God. That was too easy. That was way too damn easy. What the? Delayed explosion? Maybe? What was the point of him becoming that if it does nothing? Yeah, it did. Yeah. Some type of, because he. What did that do? We already saw that he couldn't do the move he was doing before by touching him. So a fitting place for him is the fucking sewers. And because he can see souls, I wonder if that's the reason why he has no chance. Because you lost to him, that's why. This is why you can't leave this guy alive. He's just gonna keep coming back if he was a goner for sure. There's nothing you can do. Not when it pertains to that. It's all very complicated. That's pretty deep. Emotionally, I won't emotionally die, is what I get from what he's saying there. Because dealing with death like that, the way it's portrayed, can mess with anybody's head, especially in the long term. God, they built up Junpei so much to do that. They really know how to mess with you in this show. They all kind of feel bad. Karma. That is something I didn't expect. Actual progress. They actually learned something. This is such a good song. This feels so end of season-y. I don't know. These Juju scrolls, after seeing the last one, now maybe they're not all comic relief, or they have some meaning behind them. God. Okay, these are nice and fun. We need some wholesome moments. And now it's a cooking show. Oh, and they're still I forget they're still grieving him. Because they still think he's dead. When are they eventually going to... Doesn't it seem kind of cruelly wrong to let them think he's dead for this long? Okay, this felt, especially that end there, felt very end of the season. But fortunately, we get a whole nother half. This is awesome. Originally, we were, especially after the first few episodes, I thought this was 13 episodes. And we get, what is it, 26? We get 26. So we get a full season of this. I'm so glad there's no break, because they left us wanting more. This episode, these last, I mean, really this whole last arc, this last 4 or 5 episodes have been so, it's like they gave us a taste with the first 6 or so, and we got to know the characters and everything. And then they did stuff in those first few episodes that some shows take 50, 70 episodes to get to that point where you're with that much conflict. And we got it. I mean, in the very first 13 episodes, we got 100 episode show's worth of crap. That's the way I feel with how much conflict we've gotten. It's kind of, I liked in the very beginning of the show, I was comparing it to Naruto just because of the, you know, ninjas, that type of stuff. It was like very easy to say, okay, it has ninjas. You can kind of slightly compare it, but obviously it's not the same show at all. But the way the flow is and how faster pace it is, I have to say it definitely beats out. You can't really compare it at all. 100% compare it. So I want to freaking chuck that off because we get into the deep of it, the thick of it, so fast. And these last 4 cement it. I feel like this show has so much potential, like so much over the time potential. And I want to ask a question to anyone that's what this is based off of the manga. How ahead is it in the sense of how many episodes do you think this show has the potential of being? I want to ask this early because I'm just curious, because the way this world is kind of being built and how many fingers there are, this feels like a few 100 episode at least show. This feels like a very long story to me, that would be burdened by a 2-season type show. I really hope they're going it's a long-term show, because there's just so much you can do with it. If you can do this much in the very first 13 episodes, think, as long as they don't do, you know, go the filler route and stretch it way too much, I think the show has an insane potential. They could do what they do with shows like My Hero Academia, where there's not really that much filler, if any, and they take breaks. They don't do, I'm glad they're not doing the weekly thing with this. They take breaks so you don't have to do, I don't mind waiting 3-4 months, a full anime season for the next one. Even if it's a year, yeah, it would suck, but I'd rather have that than take away from the story and do a bunch of random filler episodes. Even though this show could have fun fillers, I think the characters are fun enough. But I don't know. The story's so good, I don't want to deviate from it. And then since we watched 13 episodes so far, another question and I don't want any spoilers, obviously, but for people that have read the manga, do you feel like it's been adapted well so far? Do you feel like this show has the if they have, do you think this show has the potential of being better than what we've seen so far, like story wise, story arc wise? Like, is this just a small amount and there's better story arcs later? Like I said, no spoilers or anything. I'm kind of just saying this in general here. But you can just say very good or yes or no, that kind of thing. But I really am very, I don't know, I'm just so intrigued. They've made us feel and built up characters in such a short amount of time that it makes, this show is just good. I guess that's the best way I can kind of explain it. It's been very good and it makes me want it more. I guess you can kind of complete everything in 2 sentences there. But seriously, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. We're on Christmas today. I didn't think I was going to record today, but there was such a kind of we had to wait for episode 12 to 13, and I really didn't want to wait for this episode, so I'm recording now. I'll probably get this out later on tonight. It'll probably be a late drop. But seriously, thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out the Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123 if you want to watch the uncut versions of this or all the other shows I do. Definitely check it out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.